Hey y'all, welcome to Her Side Radio. It's your girl Tre.
And it's your girl C.
And we just want to give a special shout out to...
Hi everyone.
Sorry, we're acting silly right now, and so C's microphone is off. Producer Cray is just done with us. But we want to thank y'all for coming to listen again to Her Side Radio. We're back in the cut. We said we wanted to be consistent this year, so here is another one for your head tops.
And another one. So today we want to get right into the conversation about how you get over the bull. So what did you want to call it, Producer Cray? The bullshit.
Leaving the bullshit.
Leaving the bullshit.
Yeah, sorry. They want me to say it in like a really cool voice, but your girl has some orthodontic work going on, so it's not working for me. So we just want to talk about our strategies on...
Does your mouth hurt? What?
We want to talk about our strategies about how we get over the nonsense that happens in our life. And I was thinking in particular, as we are coming into a new year, what are the things we're letting go of in 2018 that may have happened in 2017, 2016, in 1996 when the girl took your cookie? We want to talk about how we're letting go of past situations.
Pull your hair? I don't know.
So we're talking about like coping strategies and stuff that we're doing to help us get rid of the nonsense that has happened in our past. So I'm just going to start with throwing it over to C. Or maybe, C, you good?
Yeah.
So what's something you do to get over the bull?
For me, everybody has bad days or somebody that just irritates you. I listen to a lot of music that tries to put me in a better mood. Not sad music, Slow jams are like kind of make you sad, so... more of exciting music or something that makes me dance. You know how I am with dancing already. So yeah.
So definitely something to like update your mood. We're not iPhones, but sometimes you need that, right? Like you just need like that pop of energy to get you going. That one
song that
And again, if you hear sirens in the background, like I said, we're from Northside Toronto. Things happen, okay?
And here it comes.
There we go. So, so something I like doing to help, like, not focus on the nonsense or to let the nonsense go, I try to be proactive. Not like the acne, soap, but just in general in my life.
Is that brand still existing?
It does. I've used it. It burnt my face. I would never use it again. But anyways, drink your water. So something
Black soap helps too.
So something I like to do is gratitude list. So every day I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. And the reason why I do this is so when I'm having a bad day or when something happens, I already have positives to look back on. So I don't have the time to dwell on the negative when I already have 3 positive things that happened. And I like to keep them in like a list. So I have a list of them going in my email. So every time I open my email, I already see positive things. And because I'm trying really hard, I think happiness is something you work on. I don't think people are just happy.
Because I'm happy.
I think you actually have to work on it. So I have a gratitude list. I also have like a gratitude jar. So if I'm ever upset, I open it up and it's like memories or names of people or like even names of like random things that make me laugh and giggle.
About this gratitude, is my name in that?
No comment, no shade, no tea.
Ow. Sure.
But like I like to keep my gratitude list really simple and really funny. So like I think it was like yesterday, my gratitude list was like my niece because she had called me and she was just like, yo, I'm chilling. And I don't know, something about that made me laugh because I'm like, yo, you're 8. What do you mean you're chilling? She's like, yo, I'm chilling.
If you were to think back about all the stupidness you said at 8, you'd laugh at yourself.
Exactly. So like what I like to do is be proactive. So I always like to have a gratitude list, a gratitude jar, so that when bullshit happens, I don't even have time to dwell on it. I'm already on to the next happy thing. On to the next one.
So, are we on to the next one?
Yeah, so what other things do we use to help us ignore the bullshit?
So with your list, just going back to your list.
Yeah.
So when you have the people on it, you actually reach out to them? Or is it something that you make sure you do or you just think about?
It depends on the day, right? So with my jar, it'll be a mix of things. So the jar, it might be like a name and like a memory, or it might be like call this person. So there's this other podcast I listen to called Another Round, and how they close it out every episode, or they used to at least, is they say call your mom or call your person. And for me, that's really important because when I'm having a bad day, I like to talk to people who I know me. Like I always say,
give you some type of
will give me like a boost. Like, you know how sometimes your car breaks, not my car, I don't have a car.
Let's not talk about it.
But for those of us who have cars, when you have a car, you need a boost. And I always say, like, I have friends, I have acquaintances, I have Storm friends, I have Caravana friends. When I'm having
Hold on, pause. You said Storm friends and Caravana friends?
Yeah, so not to get into too much detail, but I always like to say, like, I have my friends who, when stuff is going down, they're the friends I go to. And I have my friends when it's like, yo, you want to go to a club? Those are the friends I call on. So I differentiate
okay, so you're
the
saying
two.
you have specific friends for specific facts.
Exactly. So on my gratitude list, if I'm having a bad day, it'll be like, yo, call so-and-so because that's my Storm friend. That's the friend who knows how to deal with my thunder. But if I'm having a day where I just want to, like, go out, it'll be like, call so-and-so because so-and-so knows, like, what heels to wear with that dress so y'all can have fun together.
That would be me.
So I guess if that gives some more information about my gratitude list, and my gratitude jar is just, it has different activities and things for me to think about on how to stay in the positive, because it's so easy to slip into the negative, right? Negative things don't happen as frequent as positive things, yet we always focus on them, at least in my opinion.
Okay, so we're talking about bougie. How do you recognize your own stinky poop?
So I'm really big on journaling and reflecting. So I think people like, so you know, keeping a diary, people laugh at it and it's like a thing you did when you were younger.
Yeah, people will still laugh at it, but it's actually a very smart thing to do.
Exactly. So I still keep a journal. I'm one of those people, like, I always have like a piece of paper and pen on me, and that's because I'm always thinking, I'm always reflecting.
Ooh, has someone ever read it?
Yo, someone stole my diary before. I don't want to talk about it. It's emotional. I want to leave it in the past. But
I have a crush on ...
Yo, do we want to go into that? Yo, I'll tell that story in another podcast. But basically for me, I feel like, okay, so when you go to a bathroom, people don't do this, but you're supposed to look at your poo so you can report back to your doctor about what's happening. So yes, I feel like in your own life, you need to look at your shit and be like, yo, what am I doing that's not working? What am I doing that is working? And how do I balance the two to be a better person?
You know, like that Outkast song? Sorry, I'm big on songs, music.
Yeah.
I know you like to thank your shit.
Don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See that roses really smell like ooh, ooh, ooh.
And they really do stink. I'm sorry, I'm not a big flower person. I make them die. So don't ever buy me flowers. Buy me chocolate.
I love flowers, but can I say something real quick? Another way to recognize your own shit is to reach out to the people who really know you. Because if your friend's your friend, they'll tell you. So, like, for example,
they're your real friend, I think emphasis on real
friend. There's this thing that happened, depending on when you're listening to a podcast, but like Oprah was at the Golden Globes, and Gail's elbows were ashy, and she's like, yo, lotion your elbow. That's a real friend. If your friend can't tell you your elbows are itchy. If your friend can't tell your elbows are ashy, they can't tell you that your breasts stink,
or your hair is not in place, or your wig is falling off.
If your friend lets you walk around and people can see the track, that's not your friend.
She's not your friend. If you got broccoli stuck in your teeth, she's not your friend.
And someone who wears braces, if you don't tell me there's food stuck in my teeth and you let me walk around with you, you don't value me. You don't part with me.
Wait, so she actually told... Like,
she told Gail. It was on... Like, it was in an interview. Like, that Gail was walking around with ashy elbows. And she's like, you're my homegirl. I'm not going to let you take pictures with ashy elbows because I know you can do better. And I think that's how you recognize your bullshit. Because Gail probably thought she looked cute. And her friend's like, yeah, but you can do better. And if you don't have a friend that tells you that you can do better, remove, delete, onwards.
And, ladies and gentlemen, always carry lotion here. I don't care, male or female. Carry lotion.
It's not even a gender thing. It's not even a race thing. Carry lotion. Not carry lotion. Just have lotion on your person.
Have lotion. And the smelly type lotion from Victoria's Secret, like, I like to have in the car or in my bag. I mean, I always have 3 of everything, you know? one in the car, one in the bag, and then one on me, you know?
Or just if you're sensitive like me, get your shea butter or get your oatmeal-based lotions. Just like, as a naturally ashy person, and I know we're going on tangent here, but that's about recognizing your bull. If you are ashy, take care of it.
Keep that Blistex in your pocket.
Yeah, so I think
it's wintertime, your lips cracking.
So I think that's a way of like recognizing your own bull, is like taking a good look at yourself, like, what am I doing, what am I not doing, but also reaching out to the people around you who can call you on it and be like, I know you can do better, but you're not.
Or have them tell you what you are doing wrong. Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes you think you're doing everything great, but you need someone to step on and say no.
Mm-hmm.
How about if you're in real denial of your bullshit? Like, yo, your friends are telling you, but you're in real denial of
So that means you're just being very freaking stubborn at the point.
it might also mean you're not in the point of your life to recognize it, right? So a part of recognizing your bullshit means that you're gonna have to grow from it. And if you're not ready to grow, you're not gonna recognize. That's how I feel. Like, there are things in my life that I've decided to ignore because I'm not ready to deal with it. So best example is like going to the gym. I always go back to the gym because it's so tangible. Sometimes you know you're out of shape. You know you can do better. You know you don't need to order that pizza. You still do all those things because you're not ready to make a move in your life. You're not ready for momentum. So
you just want to still sit at the same spot.
You want to stay on the same weight on the scale. You don't want to eat your vegetables, okay?
Or drink your water. You want to have a soda. You want to have a what is that thing called? A frappuccino?
Okay, first off, never disrespect Starbucks on the podcast.
A frappuccino?
Thank you.
Frappuccino, as my mom would say.
Just be sure to use your stars appropriately.
Anyways, Tim Hortons, it would be a nice cap for me, maybe something. Or a hot chocolate, depending on the season, whatever.
But I think recognizing your bull really requires self-reflection, and not everyone is in that point in your life. And that doesn't mean you're good or bad. It just means you're not there yet. And sometimes you have to be pushed there, or sometimes you have to be left there in order to move forward.
Gotta level up.
You gotta level up, or you gotta lose the game before you realize where you need to go.
Okay, there is a book that I was recommended to read from my, I guess I'll say manager. She's like head CEO, yada, up there. She made us read a book called Who Moved My Cheese? And yeah, you're probably thinking about it like, what the heck? But it's actually a very good book. It teaches you the value of how to deal with change and like how to recognize change. There's two mice that like always go to this one place to find cheese, and they always realize, okay, there's always cheese there, until one day the cheese gets removed. And one mouse decides to, go somewhere else and find more cheese. And that one mouse always decides that, we've always come to the same spot for cheese. There should always be cheese in that spot. And they continue to stay there. And they didn't get no damn cheese. But anyway, read the book. Anyways.
Is this a kid's book?
No, it's not a kid's book.
I
mean, yeah, you're going to think that it is. It's just it's the principle behind it.
I think what I'm hearing from that book, and you hear it in a lot of self-help books, but like, again, you don't recognize the message until you're ready to make the move, right? Is that sometimes you have to do things differently and you have to challenge yourself, and that requires noting your own bullshit. And if you can't note your bullshit, that's no one else's job to do for you. So like, speaking of books, for example, I will always go back to Charlemagne. People hate him, people love him. I don't even know if it's respect, but I appreciate Charlemagne. And in his book, he says, give yourself the credit for give people the credit for being stupid, including yourself. And I think that has to do with like recognizing your own bullshit. Give yourself credit. You probably are a shitty person in some aspects. And when you start to recognize it, you can only get better. So he talks about the fact, like, when he first started doing radio, he thought he was this big boss man. And then he had to realize, like, I don't really have everything I need. And like, where can I be silent and grow? And for him, being silent and growing wasn't about going back to school. It was about listening to the advice around him. And I know even for myself, like, my mom says it all the time, and sometimes like I'm like, yo, whatever, mom, but it makes sense. You just need to be quiet and listen for the lesson.
Exactly.
And so when you're quiet and you listen for the lesson, you can be quiet, you notice your own bullshit, and you notice the opportunities for growth. But if you're always chatting, making moves without planning, you're looking for failure. Because what's the quote again? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Exactly. Something like that.
It's literally that simple. So if you don't want to recognize your bullshit, be ready for your bullshit to recognize you.
And smack you in the face.
And it's gonna stink. No toilet paper.
Wow. Nothing to wipe it up. Oh.
And I guess the reason why I'm getting so passionate about that is because I know for myself, I could have avoided a lot of shit that's happened if I took the time to be like, you don't know what you're doing, slow down.
Or you need to sit down and go through point A, B, and C.
Yeah, and so you literally need to sit down sometimes and be like, what do I have? What do I need? And where am I going to be a better version of yourself?
And what am I going to do to get there?
Yeah. And so I think if we're talking about like recognizing your own bullshit and leaving bullshit, it's recognizing what's there and leaving what's not there. You know? Another thing that I would just talk about when we're talking about like bullshit in general and like getting over bullshit, like I talk about gratitude lists and journals and like talking to your person. But another thing for me, and this is gonna sound so random, is like water and like a multitude of things. So like before I make decisions or I think about something, I try to drink water, because when I'm hydrated, I'm a better person. Also, when I'm going through bullshit and I need to think, I'll take a shower. So I like to take
Who doesn't like long showers?
Exactly, because then I'm clean, but it also gives me a chance to like reflect on my mind. So I'm also someone who like loves to wash my hair, and I know people have this. I just want to say straight up: if you think black girls don't wash their hair because of weaves, we wash our hair. Okay, so
I got these locks in, but I wash my hair.
We wash our hair.
Okay.
So, and I say that to say this: that I'm a black girl who enjoys washing my hair because it gives me time to reflect, because it takes so damn long to detangle all these damn curls, and that's why I'm detangling my hair, I'm detangling my life and all the drama that goes on with it.
So the rudest thing that I've heard from, like, I'm gonna say it was from a white lady.
Ignorant.
She said, because one of my friends was wearing, you know, a head wrap, right? She's
Ignorant.
like, you're only wearing a head wrap because you know your hair stinks.
Ignorant.
She lucky she didn't catch a fade that day. Thank you, Franny, for being saved and not being the old Franny of you, because I know you would have decked her out. But shout out to you.
She would have got a whooping.
And I think that would be an example of when I would have left the bullshit, gone home, and taken my shower to reflect. I would have been like, thank you. Drink a glass of water, go take my shower, and then come out and listen to water noises. Because you know what? Baptism is real. And because of the Lord, I can.
Amen,
not
amen,
whoop your ass.
amen.
Because that would have been a fight. That would have been a criminal charge.
That would have been a nasty fight. That would have been a big slap, aggravated assault, or whatever the heck.
So when we talk about like leaving the bullshit and recognizing our bullshit, a lot of mine is rooted in water. And this is really corny, and anyone who like knows me will laugh, because I guess it's because I'm a water sign too, right? Like my zodiac, I'm a Cancer.
Oh yeah, that's why we tight.
So even though like I can't swim, I like the water.
So that's one of your goals for 2018. We're gonna learn how to swim.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're going on vacation and you're telling me you don't want to learn how to swim.
Okay, so this is a random side. This is a random side note. I can tell you why I don't know how to swim. There's two distinct stories where I don't know how to swim. Okay,
here we go.
So story time with Tre. So number one. When I was a child, I used to get my hair permed. This is before like natural was a thing. My mom was like, "You have a big head. We don't know what to do with it. We're going perm it." One day, I got my fresh perm to go to the family picnic with my cousins. I was sitting at the pool, minding my business, and my cousin, for his safety, we're going to call him Stupid. So my cousin Stupid thought it would be cool. My cousin Stupid and my other cousin, Stupid number 2, thought it would be cool. Dumber and Dumber thought it would be cool to throw me into the pool, at which point I believe I drowned. I didn't drown. It was shallow. But because of that, now I am scared of water. Because they threw me into the pool with a fresh perm. I had gotten my hair permed a literal 4 hours before we went to the family barbecue. So edges, gone. Self-esteem, gone. Clothing, gone. Wet. Beatings from my mother, though, present and ready, okay? Because why would you let yourself get thrown into a pool?
Why did you let yourself get thrown into the water?
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, because it's like, why wouldn't you be smart enough to know your cousins are stupid? Because I should avoid their stupidness, right? But anyways, so that's story number 1 of why I don't know how to swim. Story number 2 is when I was in university, I decided, okay, I'm gonna learn how to swim. Like, I'm an adult, like I need to do this. I sign up for adult swimming classes.
And
I take off my wig. Was I wearing wigs then? No, but I didn't have a weave in. I just had like my hair plaited down. I'm like, it's just me and the other old ladies in my mind. I then walk into the adult swimming class. When I say, let me take a breather. 2 of the finest boys who I went to university with also didn't know how to swim. Also decided to sign up for this adult swimming class. So imagine I come in. Yes.
This is real?
This is my life. I think other people have great lives. My life is interesting. So again, I walked into this adult swimming class. My hair is what? My hair.
Chaka.
And this is when I first went natural. So it wasn't even like a cute flat twist. It was just
Chaka.
It was in between phases, okay?
It was going through a stage.
Your girl wasn't working out regularly, so I'll just leave that to the imagination. No mascara, no Vaseline, just me, the chlorine, and I am allergic to everything. So my skin was it was just a mess,
shriveling or something. I don't know.
So I'm in the pool, and the lady's like, "Okay, go float." So I'm going to float, and when I go to float, these two beautiful young men who I've been lusting over my whole university career also decide they are going to float too.
Float.
I'm not even joking, guys. I just picked up, put on my t-shirt, and walked back to the change room. Never went back to the lesson. Mind you, I paid. But because of these boys and my embarrassment, I said I will not. So those are the two distinct reasons why I can't swim. Embarrassment and boys. Embarrassment, perm, and boys. I'm done. So yeah, with that being said, though, I still do like water, so I'll kick my feet in it. It's cute.
So those vacations are gonna be right at the edge of the water.
No, I'm not even joking. Anyone who's gone on vacation with me, anyone who's gone on vacation with me or has been on my Instagram will show you I'm at the edge of the water all the time.
Okay, but those guys probably have beer bellies by now. University thing. People saying they probably won't remember that. I hope not. And,
well, I don't care.
So you're never gonna learn how to swim.
So what I said is, in the future, if I have kids, we'll do like a mommy and me swimming class because my children will not struggle the way I struggled.
Have you heard, ladies and gentlemen? She had the opportunity and she left after the fact that she paid her hard-earned money.
It wasn't
boys.
Because of boys.
They're boys.
Because of boys.
Guys, it wasn't because of... You know what? That wasn't the focus of the episode. The focus of the episode is letting go of the bullshit.
Let go of your bullshit.
So
let go of your bullshit and go learn how to swim.
Okay, maybe 2019 right now.
No. We have started. You have to go. You see, when we get rid of this, snow and all this funky.
So, yeah, that's an example of how I love water. But that is not the focus of the podcast. It's about letting go of the bullshit. So for me, water is a big part of just grounding myself. And I find as of recent, because your girl has some adult spending money, I try to go on vacations near water.
You have to learn how to swim.
I swim with the fishes that makes no sense. I'm gonna make a joke, but I failed. Anyways, what other ways do y'all avoid the bullshit? Let's stop focusing on my struggles.
How do we let go of the bullshit? So 2017 was a very interesting year. A year where you meet, people, and you start to realize that they're full of bullshit. So how do you leave that bullshit? You just, let them be. And when they come back around, they will come back around. But you don't let them in,
So cut them off or you put them back on the bench?
No, we don't let them play. You off the team. You better walk home, friend.
No minutes?
No nothing, man. You ain't get no play time. You ain't get no bench time. Why you sitting on my bench if you ain't playing? Shoot.
Look at Tracy's face. She doesn't even know what we're talking about.
She's just lost in the sauce right
She's
now.
like, what is this, football?
Okay, I know you guys are making basketball references. Thank you very much. I know enough about sports to pay attention. Thank you.
What I'm trying to say is, not everybody is meant to be in your life for a lifetime. So, some people you will meet, like I met a certain amount of people last year. We are in 2018. Where the hell are they now? I don't know. God bless their souls, okay? But I'm a different person this year. I have changed and I want to grow. And some people just can't grow with you. You leave them behind.
And so I guess that's a part.
Their BS behind.
I think that's a part of recognizing your bullshit and your growth, right? Not everyone's gonna come through every season with you. Same way with, I always come back to an analogy of clothes. I don't wear my winter jacket in the summer because it's not needed. So you don't carry the extra weight forward with you sometimes, not because it wasn't useful, but it's not needed in the season that you're in. My winter jacket is useful in the winter. It's not useful in the summer. And thus, the stuff I went through in 2017 was useful for a lesson. It's not going to be useful, but it's not going to be needed in 2018. That's how I feel sometimes.
What is that saying where people come to your life for 4 reasons? Add to it, multiply what you have going on, subtract what you have going on, and divide. So.
I was never really good at math, but that sounds smart.
All of that, me and math don't mix really.
Yeah, stop taking that in grade 11.
But yeah, I think
shout outs to all the teachers.
I think when it comes to recognizing bullshit is recognizing bullshit in yourself, recognizing situations, but also recognizing people who take from you and don't add to you all the time. And I'm always very wary when people are like, oh, that's a bad person, that's a good person. I don't think it's ever that. I think there's bad situations and good situations, and thus you need to let go of situations and thus move on with your life.
Isn't that what for the Tyrese situation?
Cry Reese.
People were telling Charlamagne that Tyrese is this type of person he was not believing, and he's like, let me judge for myself. And then, you know, he found out for himself that Tyrese was not about that.
He ain't about that love.
But
what do you want from me?
but I guess
Cry Reese.
I guess what I will say,
I used to like him a lot, you know, but yeah.
and for me, this is me, right? Like, I don't know how other people operate in their lives. I can't say someone's an outright bad person or an outright good person. I'm just saying when it comes to like letting go of people's bullshit is recognizing what you bring to me isn't positive, so I'm moving on. What other people's judgment of you is their people's judgment. I'm gonna take the side of Charlamagne. I need to get to know who you are and then decide whether or not what you bring to me is good or bad. Other people can judge your character.
Are you adding on to my life, or are you subtracting? Do you need to be subtracted?
Yeah. Are you adding to my energy, or are you taking from my energy? Are you celebrating my energy, or are you depleting it? That's how I move.
And if you ain't with me, or if you ain't about the lifestyle I'm with, then you gotta bounce, or I just gotta keep it moving. You know, check the deuces.
Yeah, there's that meme on Instagram, like, if you're not fucking feeding or financing me, what are you doing? And I think that's a part of like the bullshit. When someone stops adding value to your life, or you can't find a lesson in them, it's not about them being a good or bad person. It's about you moving forward for yourself.
For example, like if you're in a relationship and this person is taking from you, you don't have any freedom, you're not allowed to be yourself, they want you to be, you know, here by a certain time, you can't hang out with these certain friends because I'm your, you know, partner now and it's all about me. You need to move out of that relationship.
And I think that's an example of an abusive relationship, which I won't get into now, but I think we often forget that when someone is controlling or overpowering your personal decision making, that's a safety concern. I'm just gonna keep it 110.
Okay. So, I had another question or a thought. What if the bullshit is from your family?
So I think family nonsense is like the hardest to deal with because it's close to home. But I'm a big believer in like you need to set boundaries with everyone in your life, family included. And what that means is different for different people. I'll say based off my cultural background, you know, it's hard to cut off people, but you learn how to walk away. So I'm really big on like, I don't like the way this person's treating me, I'm walking away from it. So in regards to family, it means I respect you, mom, I respect you, dad, I respect you, aunt, I respect you, uncle. But if you say something that I don't agree with, I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm going to be like, thank you, and walk away because I'm not engaging in a debate.
So this year we're just learning to say okay and adios, pretty much. Why fight?
Yeah, or close my door.
We don't need the stress. We don't need any more stress.
And I think it's also like cultural differences, right? So what I may call as bullshit is also the way that people were raised in my family, because I have a very different experience being born here, and thus that's their bullshit to handle, not mine.
So if any bullshit comes your way this year, you know how to deal with it.
You get a piece of toilet paper, you do the fold method, make sure your hands are covered, wipe that shit up and flush it down the toilet.
Flush it all the way down. Flush it good. Make sure it goes all the way.
So I think the points we said is like observe your shit, reflect on your shit, look at how you can gain from your shit, but always learn to move on from it. There's a lesson in everything, right? So like, I'm not going to get graphic here, but like if you're not pooing well and you look at your poo, you know that you need to like change your nutrition. So just an example in your life. If your life isn't going well, notice what you need to change to add to it. C's making a face.
Constipated.
Yeah, like, but like think about it. If my bowel movements aren't in order, I go to a doctor or I change my nutrition or my lifestyle. So if my life isn't in order, what pieces am I taking away or adding so that it can be in order so that my poo is nice? That's just
So
how I
you
feel.
take a proper, so you're like, anywho.
Okay, that just got real graphic. I need a moment now. I need a moment.
Just so you get what I'm saying. Anywho. Yeah. Don't you be on that bullshit.
So
Great.
you talked about earlier how like you listen to music to help you get over your bullshit. What song is giving you inspiration in this moment, C?
Oh my gosh. I think with me, because I listen to a lot of stuff from years prior, not so much new stuff, not that I don't like new stuff. I would choose Kanye West, Can't Tell Me Nothing.
You can't tell me.
I still live with my mom. She still tells me to wash the dishes. I still have to do them. You know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, I feel like, yo, I do what I please. You cannot tell me nothing. Like, I'm doing it for me. Like, if somebody says you can't, I will say I can because I can. You can't tell me nothing.
Honestly, I love Kanye for a multitude of reasons, and you can fight me on new Kanye, old Kanye. Kanye as like a creative unit I have respect for, so I definitely feel that. I think the song that I would use for like getting over bullshit or just moving on is like Don't Sleep on Me by Dolla featuring Future, and who else is on the song? I can't even recall. Like, okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna pull it up because I want to give people credit where credit is due. But Don't Sleep on Me is a Dolla song. Dolla 24 Hours in Future, and basically it's talking about like don't let people sleep on your magic, and like just keep moving forward. So I think they're like singing to a girl at one point, like don't sleep on me, like it's my only fear that you're gonna like doubt me. And for me, when you're getting over your BS, it's realizing that people might not recognize like the glory that's in it, but that's their fault for falling asleep when magic's about to happen. Because when dreams come true and you be napping, that's not my problem, so don't sleep on me. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my song of getting over the nonsense.
Oh, I just thought of another one actually. Well, just the lyrics, the chorus. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no,
I got to keep on moving.
Shout outs to P. Diddy, Mase. Oh, the Bad Boy concert that year was absolutely, it was lit. It was lit. But yeah, I feel like I can relate to those lyrics. We are all running a race.
Vroom vroom. I don't know why I said vroom vroom because
Vroom vroom.
that's a car.
Keys to my beam. Anyway, can't nobody hold you down. I mean, like, we're all running our own race. You might be running it faster than I am, but I know that I will make it to the finish line eventually.
And with that being said, we have reached the finish line of our podcast. So thank you all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Instagram.
At Her Side Radio. Give us your thoughts, comments, feedback,
YouTube
questions, and concerns. You can also hit us up at Her Side Radio Podcast at gmail.com. Find us on SoundCloud, Google, iTunes. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget, we're in your ear, your ex-boyfriend's ear, and even your religion teacher's
Here comes some
phone.
brand new flavor.
So
in your ear.
give us a listen, and we look forward to talking to y'all again in a couple of weeks. Cheerio.
Shout out.
Nobody take my pride.